in love with since I was 22 years old.
Because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
Breaking news, a fiery plane crash in Pennsylvania. The FAA says 5 people were on board the plane when it crashed.
I do partnership, not ownership. Sure. You're not my property. I don't even want to own you. I want to partner in this situation.
What mother leaves her young kids alone in the house for 4 years?
And it's against my religion to tell y'all my business.
You been in cars that time?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that.
And it's against my religion to tell y'all about business if you're not buying me land. Hey, everybody, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hope everyone is having an amazing Monday so far. We have a ton of topics, so come on in the room. Come on in the room. Tyra, before I play the commercial, how are you feeling this Monday? And are you ready to get into the collective news? Are you nervous? I mean, because you don't know what I have in my bag.
I don't. You know, I give Ashley like a little rundown of the topics. I know Cardi B, that's about as far as it goes. So I'm a little scared because Ashley be deep into the TikTok streets, child. She might pull some from the back. I don't know. It's just not on my radar. But I'm feeling good. Happy to be here. Smelling good. Let's talk.
Smelling good, looking good, feeling good, all of the above. But you guys, you know what it is. This is collective news where we kind of compile a hodgepodge of things that caught our interest over the week, celebrity news, trending topics, all of the things. So it's stacked tonight, but you can participate as well. I am going to run the commercial for you and let you guys know how you can support, how you can lend or add to the conversation.
Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Weirdo. Put it up for my seeds. No trip for the eyes.
Just trying to have a good time.
No trip for the eyes of disease. Do anything for club. Do anything for club. Do anything for club. Do anything for club.
You know you asked for this, right?
They do anything for club. Do anything for club. Watch your mouth. Watch it. Stay in your place. Get out the way. Then your ass can pay. No disrespect. We trippin', but we love, yeah. Swapping out cars with my. I bought her the Lambo, she bought me the ring. Swapping. Practice, make breakfast. Nigga, it's never too late.
You asked for this, right?
And we're back. And there's so many, Tyra. I don't even know where I want to start. Yes, I do. I want to start right here because I saw this last night. And I just want to know what the hell is wrong with people. And it kind of ties into the next thing I want to talk about. Let's go over here with Ray J and what he said about sex.
You ready? Stop playing with me.
Yo.
You can clip that all you want to. Empty the clip. Talking about our party with Sexy Red. Slept with Sexy Red. Ask her. That's on a dead homie. I slept with her.
I think that's what they call the Fenty nod or whatever. Ray J got on his
So
live.
first and foremost,
Okay.
I want to apologize.
Before he gets into his apology, because this is a full circle moment in a 24-hour news cycle. He gets on there. He's on live, clearly nodding, clearly off of some kind of dope. We also know that in the Diddy trial, Ray J was named as allegedly the California drug dealer that supplied their freak offs, right? And so he's on live this night, clearly under some kind of substance, and somebody asks about Sexy Red, And he is like, yeah, I effed her. I slept with her. Whatever. Yeah, I put that on the dead homies. I put that on everything I love, all his little whatever. And so Sexy Red immediately responds and is like, what the helly? Like, what are you talking about? Nigga, I don't know you. Like, what what is this? And then you have Justin Bieber getting involved, and he's like, Sexy, I'm so sorry this happened, whatever. Then we see an exchange in the DMs where Ray is like, I apologize, I'm so wrong, whatever. And then he does this. This is a lie. I'll go live and I'll fix it. And so this is the apology.
So first and foremost, I want to apologize to Sexy Red because Sexy Red is one of my favorite artists. And Sexy Red and I was on a plane and we were both flying somewhere. We randomly saw each other. She was sitting by me. She had her space. I had my space. She had her own blanket, her own pillow. I had my own blanket and my own pillow. And we had a long flight. And we both were tired, you know what I'm saying? So we went to sleep. Just like we would sleep with anybody else that was sitting next to us on the plane. I went out of control and I said that I slept with Sexy Red. And that's insensitive and it's not okay. And it's trolling at the highest level. And I want to say, Sexy Red, my bad.
So he's alleging that this was trolling, that he just was trolling her. Tyra, just talk to me about the whole scene. First of all, was Ray J high? What grown a man does these types of things? And was Frank Mitchell right on Moesha when he said Dorian needs guidance? He needs guidance.
First of all, Dorian Mitchell, D Money was the death of Moesha. Let's start there. As soon as he got there as that illegitimate son, the show died, and we turned Frank into a martyr. But he already had that box haircut, and then we brought this on. Deidre was never the same. Okay, let's stop there. Wait a minute, ain't that Brandy's brother? Reggie has always had a little man complex, and a younger sibling, little less talented brother complex. Like Brady was always that, and he was just kind of there in extension. And not to say maybe he couldn't have had his own little lane, but it was always Brandy. And then, that's Ray J. That's her brother. So from then, especially if you've been around long enough, he's been always trying to get out of that shadow. And the way that he did that was always not through his talent, even though we had one wish at one time. Most of the time, it wasn't through talent. It was through publicity, good or bad. And, the Ray J, the Kim tape. It's always been that for him. Him pushing Princess in the pool. All of that stuff. It's always these outlandish things. But apart from that, in his little identity crisis or low self-esteem, whatever he's having here, he's always been connected to somebody. And for me, it started with Whitney. He always seems to be somewhere in the conversation of, well, Ray J was right there. Well, Ray J, Lil Kim, she was with Ray. Like, he's always there in the midst of the conversation. Clearly, he is feeling some type of way about something. I don't know if he's going to get called on down to the courthouse one of these days, come in for questioning. But he's slipping and he's falling and doing the most despicable thing you can do for me. Like, one of them as a man is lie on your beef. Like, it takes a low, human being to not only, kind of, speaking on your little sexual exploits for one thing, but to get on a public platform and lie and say that you slept with someone, especially like a Sexy Red, due to her demeanor and how she presents herself as a woman in her music. She already has a label on her. So why would you add to that? As the little dusty that you are, he was definitely high. It's disturbing. It's disgusting. I just whatever that brother need, get it to him because he didn't look right. All the eyes rolled. What you call it? The Fenty lean. It was definitely
the Fenty nod. Yeah, he was
the Fenty nod. Fenty, that nod that where you like defying gravity and doing the Matrix because you're so high. It's over there, and whatever those demons are, he needs to deal with those and not bring up another woman's name to deflect from it.
I'm literally disgusted by this. He's so back and forth, up and down. It's very disheartening. I don't know if he is a regular rug abuser or what the situation is, but I had never honestly seen him like I saw him in that first clip with the nod and the I'm like, is this real life? Is he down that bad? I know he had a blow up a couple months ago about Brandy and how she wasn't his sister anymore. He loved her and wanted her back, but he wasn't. And I just feel, I'm like, he's never had as much talent as Kanye, but is he headed down that like direction? Is he just going to be, in the 24-hour news cycle, disappear, get high, have a situation, and then come back? Because, like I said, his name being dropped at the Diddy trial, plus this situation that he brought on himself, it's like, what was the reason? What?
I don't even think it's just him. I think it has to be, especially with this industry and how long Diddy has been able to run rampant. It's a lot of people sitting and waiting and hoping that their name doesn't get mentioned, and he may be one of them. Like, get your life, sir.
Yeah, well, sir, do better. And then what did you think of the apology? Because he did
Girl,
say,
that
I was
was
trolling.
if I hurt you in any way, I'm sorry. Like that wasn't a real apology. That wasn't a real apology. He shouldn't have anything to apologize for. He doesn't look as coherent or sober during the apology. Like, I can't take you seriously, sir. Take his phone away. Where are your people? Where's Sonya? She was for all my life. She was down Brandy's neck. Where is Sonya? Get your son's phone.
Letting him be free like his daddy. Like his daddy. But you guys, speaking of that, well, let's get into these supers first. Thank y'all for coming in and giving the offering, because close them doors. We appreciate you. But DeMarcus, thank you immediately for coming through with the $5 super chat. Which song is better? Missing You by Case or You Know What's Up by Donnell Jones? Tyra?
Girl, standing here looking out my window. It's Case, Missing You, okay? That's a moment. You Know What's Up is cute, and I love Left Out over there. But Case did what needs to be done on that song, okay? Absolutely did.
Girl, you know what's up.
My days because I don't have,
Because both of these are kind of bops though, but one depends on how your feeling is. And how I'm feeling tonight is, you know what's up. Like, let's go for a drive. Let's put it on. Brings back all the memories. So I'm for that reason alone, I'm going over there. Good to see you, Tip Reeds. You're not late. You're right on time, y'all. Y'all are not late. King Nikki, thank you so much for coming through with the $4.99 super chat. Ray J is a prime example of parents controlling their daughter and not raising their damn son.
Oh,
Brandy,
yeah.
I'm sorry, girl.
Always
Listen.
left over and rampant. Meanwhile, Brandy had to lie about conceiving a child out of wedlock because she needed to be America's princess.
Oh, we're just a mess. You a mess. And then thank you again, King Nikki, for the $4.99 super chat. Sir, don't use my cat to troll. That was cap. We all know that was.
Is he trying to deflect from his name being mentioned in the trial? Like, this wasn't the way to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to be on somebody's list? You want to be in the shade room? That was your desire that morning. You woke up and said, let me get high and let me get on the shade room. DeMarcus, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Ray J is falling down the Orlando Brown category. Wow.
Hold up. As eccentric and over the top and probably high as Orlando has presented himself to be, every single year gets a little bit closer to Orlando telling some truths. Okay, I'm not gonna play with y'all in Orlando and dismiss him. not now. Nope.
Oh my goodness. But speaking of that, the discourse lately has been a lot around, we've had a lot of discussions around misogyny, misogynoir. Do men hate women? The red pill council of the ungodly that's roaming around these streets, and podcasters. So on that note, I want to go over here and I want to get into this, not long or belabor the point, but briefly, because Deontay Kyle is getting a lot of pushback, and I believe he has the Grits and Eggs podcast. I'm going to play a clip. And I want to know from you guys in the chat as well. Do men hate women? What is this anger and like polarization I see between the sexes recently?
Why the fuck are we defending Diddy and Tory? Why? Tory Lanez shot a woman. He's going to jail, nigga. Period. End of story.
That's it.
They have the evidence. That's the court of law. Oh, he sold an NFT and made $1 million. You know how many niggas was grifting and scamming and making money off them NFTs, nigga? Yeah. That shit was a one-time shot. He just so happened to hit that lick. He also just so happened to fire a gun and say, dance, bitch, and shot a woman, and now he's in prison. That's usually how that happens. Normally, if you shoot a gun and it hits him, first of all, let's not even talk about the fact that she tried to protect the nigga.
Yeah.
We always fail to mention that. It's her mission to tear. They're using Megan the territory down. She was trying to protect the nigga. Like, what?
Trying to hold a nigga down.
She's trying to hold him down.
Facts.
They're being held accountable. They're not being torn down.
Hey.
So I think even the menfolk are befuddled. The OG menfolk. That's the type of man that I grew up with, and I know. You know what I'm saying? These others are totally different, Tyra. But I think it poses an interesting question. A woman can be violated, traumatized, harmed by a man, right? Just off the strength of being harmed. She can then cover up for said man, not bring anything to light, brush it under the rug, and the instant she decides that she wants justice or to explain the situation or to tell her story, now she's trying to bring the black man down. I just want to know from you, Tyra. And then, of course, after Straw, it's been very interesting. I've seen a ton of comments, some crazy ass comments, honestly, I saw around our conversation on Saturday about Straw and the black woman in her plight, and how some don't necessarily feel that empathy and compassion should be a given to a woman because it's based on her past actions or deeds, right? So just talk to me about this. Let's talk to it. And we can talk directly about Tory and Megan as well if you want to.
I just love the narrative that we're just sitting like plotting like how can we ruin the black man, like I got a cauldron of just ruined black man potion. Like, what are you people talking about? I think that it's really, really interesting how people are so ready to jump and defend Tory because the narrative is switching to, well, I took these charges because I wanted to protect a black woman, but they couldn't swallow Megan telling the truth and saying, well, hell, I lied at first because I wanted to protect this black man. Like, it's just such a double standard. I will be so glad when this case disappears. It's just the Pandora's box of never ending nothingness. I'm so tired of it. Even with the new findings in the case and the all of, like, it's just exhausting. I think Deontay, who's funny, because child, as soon as like, oh, he was about to buy UPN. He was about to buy CBS, BET Network, and that's it's always, something, a crash before the fall, because this black man was supposed to, do something so incredible that he needed to be targeted by a Megan Thee Stallion or a Rock Nation or whatever. I think Deontay is receiving so much backlash because when you described it and what he was saying and maybe the backlash that he was receiving, I expected to see a different type of black man sitting in this chair. I thought it was going to be like a suit and tie, Now, first, it is hard when you have another black man calling out other black men on their prejudice or misogyny or whatever. They don't want to hear it. Like, it's one thing. They're prepped and ready to aim if it's like one of us, like, you did. But unfortunately, it feels like it's so rare, or just a rarity in this public platform. I can't speak for real life, but it seems like less and less day to day. It's less black men holding the other black men accountable. So when they see it, it's like, don't get them help us no ideas. We all supposed to be standing in solidarity. We all supposed to be standing in solidarity together, and you only doing this to, garner an audience and do that. And don't think it's not. There is a whole sector of content creation around pandering to black women because it's such a necessary space, and it's like y'all don't never get anybody. Let me get on here and tell you guys what you want to hear.
We saw that.
So I can garner an audience. That is a thing, but I don't think that this is what this man is doing per se. I just think it hurts and it stings a bit for them to hear it from one of their own. And he looks like, your typical bro. You got the dreads, he chilling, he got this little setup, like a little podcast, bro. Maybe we're supposed to be all red pill. Like, no. I can be all those things and still call out injustice and a divide when I see it and think that what is happening to Megan Thee Stallion isn't okay.
And that's the way it used to be. And that's what I'm used to. Like, I've never encountered or seen the things that I've seen recently. But again, the question still stands, audience, Tyra, do men hate women? I'm about to put a comment up here because you know I'm quick with the screenshot. Before I block you, I screenshot you. And so I have to put this here because it was very interesting that out of all of the couple hour conversation, someone would have the audacity and unmitigated gall to put this up here. I don't know if I can make it any bigger, so I will read it from my phone.
Heterosexual succubus.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
read it. Heterosexual succubus women also have compassion for one another's promiscuity. They cannot fathom saying no to a male sexual validation. This is why you don't engage with them unless you want that kind of stupidity in your life. You see how that woman had to try to convince y'all to be as tacky as her. Girl, why they be trying you? I don't get none of this. Girl, what the hell? What the hell? Why?
What the hell, Beyonce? And that's my thing. It's very interesting to me, and I didn't realize it fully until I entered this space. How much some, not all, because there are really great men that we've met and interact with on a daily basis that are wonderful, chef's kiss. But how many of the others hate a woman with an opinion, hate a woman with a different point of view or perspective, especially a Black woman in this space. In addition to that, can make such wild allegations without having any foreknowledge, forethought about who that person is, the life that they live, and can come up with like just hateful vitriol. This is not the first comment crazy like this that I've seen, but it just felt timely right now because what would, off of a movie review discussion where I say, well, I don't care who she slept with or how many she slept with. I think seeing a person in psychosis is cause enough to have compassion or empathy. That's what you got from that. So I want to know, y'all chime in the chat and let me know because I'm starting to question the world.
I think it's the same. I think the world, okay, give or take, it's never going to be that because old days are definitely old days. But there has always been, this is just another variation publicly now because we have so much access socially of, okay, this X, Y, and Z woman was attacked on the street and somebody's going to go, okay, well, what was she wearing? You know, what did she say to that man? Like, it's just a different variation of that. We just get to see it so much now because everybody has a microphone, everybody has a phone, everybody has a computer.
Yeah. Breeze, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Not all, but most men hate women for sure. Anybody defending Diddy, DDG, or Tory are likely abusers themselves. Listen, Bree said what she said. Thank you, Boo, for the $5 super chat. I'm just curious. I'm going to read some of you guys' comments because I really am curious about this. Because there was a time where men would never address a woman like this. Just crazy. It's crazy. Critical says rage baiting Black women pays. Just look at Tyler Perry. Hey, Jester. Red pill men have always existed, but I think they are now more visible and have a bigger platform because of dudes like Andrew Tate. And I think they have like a battery in their back now because of that. And also, I think some people say things on a computer that they would never say to someone's face. TP says, it's easy to blanket all Black men or all Black women, but we are not the same. We're not monolithic. Absolutely. Like there are 200 species of sheep. Men talking about women isn't from my closet. TP, you know we know. We know you know, TP. We know that's not you. Rico. Deontay's absolutely correct. Accountability should be required across the board. I agree. I think women should hold women accountable, and I believe that men should hold men accountable, especially in these types of situations where clearly there's a disconnect where each aren't listening to each other. Critical, most of these seemingly loud voices don't have enough relationship experience to have an opinion. Well,
Critical thinker said you incel. Get out the house.
Yes, Darfalina, that was a comment about straw. What did that have to do with the movie?
It never has anything. The way they be coming for Ashley, y'all, we can speak on that too. Because Ashley and I will say variations of the same exact thing. Ashley gets hella attacked in her comments. I don't get none of that stuff. Not like that.
We could literally say the same thing.
And I'm the one don't give a damn.
Listen, and Tyra brought up Taraji's age. That was another point of contention with some of the women, apparently, because I was age shaming Taraji because I said 42 where. Taraji is a 54-year-old woman. I said what I said, that it would have been nice to see someone that was actually 40, 42 to play a 40, 42-year-old. I'll never take it back. Before I take it back, I'll add more to it. And I don't give a damn. Now, Tyra says I can come off a bit uppity, a bit condescending when I say what I say, but damn it, I'm grown. I said what I said. I meant what I said. So maybe it is delivery, Tyra. I don't know. Y'all tell us in the chat.
We're talking about film. Like, it's a movie. It's subjective. I'm entitled to have my own opinion. I don't give a damn what it is. You don't, and we don't disrespect anybody else for their opinion. So why would you come in a comment and call me a heterosexual succubus?
Absolutely. A lot of damaged people try to project their traumas onto others instead of working on healing themselves. That's very true, Rico. That's very true. That girl from yonder said, we know why. Tell me, baby. Tell me why. JP Run This said, now who's attacking Ashley? Baby, I let these people come and go.
I wouldn't even know, y'all. I might get some I don't care. I don't give any levity or light to it. Ashley gonna get with you and delete you and block you and stuff. I'm not doing all that mess. I don't care.
And air it out, because people need to be exposed. Otherwise, they'll keep harassing women on the internet. Tip reads, sorry, Ashley. And if anybody has been here for any length of time, y'all know I love and respect men, period. Like, I'm not a feminist. Like, I'm more womanist than feminist, but I'm not. Like, it's so weird. It's very strange.
We love men is real bad.
Ashley, if you need us to pull the F up, let us know. This wasn't in Tyra's comment section or mine. This was in Just My Opinions comment section. And I think, again, there's a different crowd, you know. Pretty Girl says, right, besides you, Breeze. Listen. They better not be attacking y'all. We good, JP, Run This. Oh, absolutely.
No, this is just like tip of the iceberg type stuff. Y'all would be like really shocked. I don't really get it as much, but we get some really tasteless comments a lot of the times. Like a lot of people don't like us because even in this space, it's like here you women go with your opinion, even if it's on a movie. Like Jesus, it's crazy.
Y'all are so silly. Don't come from my Taurus big sister, period. The heterosexual succubus should be a sticker. I know, it should be. I want a brazen hussy one, what is it, a heterosexual succubus. Those are bumper stickers. But y'all, enough about that. Let's get into something a little bit different. I want y'all to listen to this. Tyra don't be over there in the TikTok streets, but this guy went viral, I want to say last week or week before last, because he was dating a therapist. And this was his story because it went very viral. All right.
I met a girl. She's a therapist. We were talking for a little bit. We talked all of 2 weeks. Not a situationship, none of that. We talked all of 2 weeks on a romantic level. I would say 4 days into us just texting, she called me at 6 in the morning. It woke me up and I hung up because clearly that was an accident, so I just declined it. Then she called me at 7. She called me at 7 in the morning. I woke up because you can call me twice, must need something. Okay, so I'm woke. This is the conversation. I'm very groggy because I just woke up, so I'm like, hello, and she said, were you asleep? She asked it like a confused question, like, why would you be asleep? Mind you, it's 7 in the morning. So I'm like, yeah. And she said, she said, I need you to realize I woke up early to talk to you. Do you understand? And I'm like, okay. No, I'm serious. So I just woke up. Nothing's funny at this moment. So I'm like, okay, what's up? So we talk all of 4 minutes, and whatever I finished off with, whatever I said at this point was funny enough for me to laugh. If I laughed for 4 seconds, that means she laughed for 2. So I'm sizzling down my laugh, and then it goes quiet for a solid 5 seconds, and she said, I don't think I'm interested in pursuing a relationship with you anymore because I don't feel like you are as serious about your career as I thought you were. I swear to you. I said, yo, it's 7:06 in the morning. What are you talking about? She was like, if you're an artist, it's like you're not working on any new music. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. And I'm like, bro, mind you, this is like February. It's like, yo, I just put out an album. This is when, I don't know when BPD came out, but BPD had came out the week before. So I was like, I just released an album and a single, and I got another single, which was Flowers for Algernon, like on the way. What are you talking about? Mind you, I just got out of a relationship. What are you talking about? So she was like, it's exactly what she said. I swear to you. I swear to you. It's exactly what she said. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Now I'm like, yo, what's going on? You good? She was like, that's on me. I overstepped and this, that, and this. I'm confused because, mind you, it's 7:10 in the morning. So I'm like, you good? You good? And she was like, well, you know, I am a therapist. You should talk to me about what you're going through, and I can help you. I can be there for you. I said, if we're going to be dating, I don't want to, blur those lines because I don't want you to know too much about me. This is the thing in my relationships, bro. It's a certain level of me that you're just not going to know, buddy. So I'm like, nah. And she was like, what happened for you to not want to try therapy? I do therapy. I'm cool. Chat got my back. But I'm like, nigga, I just met you. And we're supposed to be dating. We're trying to, see where this go. Why would I tell you stuff like this, bro? What are you talking about? So she's like, you know what, fine, yada, yada. We wrap it up. We get off the phone. I go to sleep. She calls me again at 3 p.m. Same day. 3 p.m. What do you think she called me about? What do you think she wanted? She called me, and this is where she started, okay? This is where we started. Then she backed up, placed the phone down. She is booty butt naked. She is booty butt naked. You know what she said to me? I need you to accept my body. I'm driving. And I'm like, okay.
I need you to accept my body.
And she said, do you accept my body? I'm like, yeah. And then she proceeds to take me on a body tour. And she's like, these are my tattoos. These are my scars. I need you to accept my body. Okay. Okay. She hangs up. Immediately, as soon as I say okay, she hangs up. She calls me every bit of about 4 minutes later. I swear to God. I swear to God. What do you think she said? She called me back in 4 minutes and she goes,
This ain't.
She goes,
what?
We're serious. Maybe I'm mentally ill, but I'm not ready to address that right now. Hangs up. I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key intrigued, but like, what the fuck, nigga? I just met you. This is 4 days in. This woman is a therapist. You know what that means? Somebody goes to her that's crazier than her, looking for help. What the fuck? Okay, so we talk like.
There's more.
That was on me. I should have got out sooner. But at this point, I'm entertained, bro. She's strictly entertainment purposes only at this point. Like, I gotta see where you going with this. We talked for a little while longer, and one day, I'm not texting back as fast as I need to be. I get distracted. So she's like, hey, I'm not satisfied with your text rate. What's up? And then she like starts going off on me about some stuff. And I was like, yo, I feel like you're projecting some shit on me. Are you okay? What you got going on? Because you're really throwing some shit at me right now. And she lit me up. Bro, the little bit of information that I gave her on my life, she started attacking me with it. Imagine if I was letting her be my therapist, my nigga. No, she was like lighting me up. And then she was like, don't you ever fucking try to be a therapist to me. That's my job. I'm the fucking therapist here. She's like going off, letting me have it. So I hung up. You don't talk to me like that on the phone I paid for? On my Lord's Thursday? No, thank you. I hung up. So then she started blowing up my phone with text messages. Honestly, I was with it for a second. I ain't gonna lie to you. But we're not doing the toxic stuff no more. We're growing, bro. My dating for me was like wild as fuck for a little minute. Whew. I want to add that my experience from this taught me I mainly date women that are smarter than me. So like women like this who are therapists and have psychology degrees, bro, I will have to have a lawyer or a real adult present because I probably was getting manipulated that whole time and didn't even realize it.
Man, first of all, well, can we not? We didn't even have to put therapists nowhere on the video. Like, don't think because somebody is a clinical anything, you need to hold them to a higher standard than your common person. Like, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Well, she's a therapist. Yeah. Is it scary that this person might be out here?
Yeah.
Licensed to give advice and care to someone seeking it. That's scary, but don't let that hold you to any standard for how this person is supposed to conduct themselves in a mental state. Like, everybody's struggling, bro. That was a lot, but it didn't have to be. Baby, the first sign of crazy, I'm out. He stuck around longer than I need you to accept my body would lost me.
But I want to know though, Tyra, because he said something very interesting. He goes, I was low key intrigued. At this point, it's entertainment only. Have you ever dated someone strictly for entertainment?
No, I don't want to be that. If you want to be entertained, listen to the mixtape, okay? Watch your favorite show. TV is a thing. Movies are a thing. Like, I don't need to be entertained in that way. I have no intrigue to want to hold on to any craziness longer than I need to. Like, that lady showed her hand and showed you exactly who she was real quick. After that, there's nothing I need to see, not even a trail of your body. I'm getting the hell out of here. He stayed around too long, in my opinion.
He absolutely did. And so he does this, right? And it goes completely viral. Well, apparently she is a real therapist and she has a big TikTok following. And so she immediately finds out. The story goes on. There's like 4 or 5 more parts after this where she's trying to reach out. She's cussing them out. She's doing all of the things. There's like people that tracked her down.
Because nobody knew who you were. He did not say your name.
But it just goes to show that just because someone moves in a certain realm or, is a physician or a mental health practitioner doesn't mean they're all the way there. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're still a human.
And be handing out alphabets. Like, that don't mean like so that's like, oh my God, he's a doctor, so I thought he was clean. Like, no, that's not what that means. Oh, he's a licensed OBGYN, so I didn't think we need to use any protection for sex. What are you talking about? Get yourself together.
Nikki says, men love a crazy woman. I know this because I'm crazy. Really, Nikki? I never got the concept. I think I probably watched too many true crime documentaries to ever play with somebody like that. I don't. If you give me one Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I'm exiting block, and you don't know where I live. So yeah, I'm not doing that with anybody. It's way too much. But that was Servon Campbell. If you want to follow him, he does music. And again, on TikTok, there's a whole.
First of all, I'll go to TikTok streets because so many. I give it to him and that damn therapist, especially how she blew up her own spot, as Danny said. Like, all these people are often looking for clout. I don't even know if this is true. Like, it's always something. Not everybody goes, you know what? Let me go see what that music be like. No, I don't believe none of these folks.
Oh, I believe that because that was just too unhinged. But speaking of that, and speaking of dating and relationships and all of those things, we did get a pretty neat reveal last night, and I'm excited. This was so cute. I had to send it to Tyra as soon as I saw it. Ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday! Yes, sir. Happy birthday! Sadie, married lady. Teyana and Aaron Pierre have made it official. They go together real bad. And she planned apparently this birthday surprise with their closest friends. And I guess this was her friend's vantage point. My bestie did her big one for her man. We're so happy for you guys. And they sealed it with a kiss. So I want to know, Tyra, are you surprised? There was so much question around Aaron Pierre, honey, his little friend he was hanging out with all the time before Teyana. There were just speculation and rumors. So has it been quelled for you? Are you excited about this news? How do you feel?
Girl, that's cute. I am gonna assume as a Teyana Taylor, if we are in any vicinity with a Mufasa, we getting our back blown out. What is the use of PR or not? Get your back blown out in the process. I I don't really this was very adorable, first of all. Like it's one thing, thank you, baby. Like he lingered in that kiss, like, oh, like it was very the passion was there. She did a little foot pop. It was very, foot pop. It was that. I don't really revel too much in such public relationships like this because it's just, I don't know. Hollywood is so jaded as far as like, oh, what's real and what's not. So we're long from like, oh, okay, that's Denzel and Pauletta, that's Samuel, and oh, no, we just don't know. We just don't know what's a stunt and what isn't. But in the meantime, while we don't know, they are extremely two attractive people. They're young people. Teyana has been through some stuff, with Iman, and it's nice to see any woman come out of that and hopefully be loved the way she wants to be loved. And baby, if it's by Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa, because that little dance, you should have had the dance to follow that up because it was heavy. Okay, if we get any of that heavy loving in the process of our healing, I'm cool with it. I'm happy for them if it's real, and if it's PR, baby, sell them records, get them roles, do what you got to do.
Baby, when she did that one live when she was addressing Iman, and TP wants to know where Iman is, somewhere throwing up, sliding down the wall, crying. He's upset, I'm sure. The girls are doing their big one, and we're going to get into another one immediately after. Have these men pressed, honey. McD, I don't think she's going to give up girls. I think they might, they seem creative. They seem like they go all the way to the jungle. I have no doubt. But when she got up there and said, "Can I just get my back blown out? Can I just get my..." Aaron's blowing her back out. Over and over again, I am sure. But this was just refreshing and fun. Again, I'm not putting too much stock in it. But y'all, I love Black Love. I'm gonna get excited. They are two upwardly mobile people.
Fine ass people doing fine stuff. The only thing they could ever do for me is, release a tape, let me be a fly on the wall. Other than that, blessings to those people. If I can't see nothing, I don't want to say nothing. But it's cute. I'm trying to see.
But speaking of relationships and of upgrading, right? Because let me upgrade you, right? Let's go over
I'm with
here.
the person that I'm with
Cardi
now because
and her new relationship with Stefon Diggs.
sometimes, I don't know, like I just feel like God would tell me to give him a chance, which is so weird. But like, y'all be like, oh God, girl, you're being dramatic. But it's so weird. There was times that I used to be like depressed and I was like sad and like my mind just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And for some reason, when I had those weird episodes, that's when a motherfucker would like hit me up or text me out of the mood, checking on me and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? And before I popped out, before I even give any clue who I was talking to or anything, I built a friendship. I built a friendship. I got to know the person. They get to know me. And we still getting to know each other, but most importantly, I feel very young. I feel very refreshed. For a very long time, I felt like I was a 45-year-old just that didn't know nothing. And I think that people just don't understand because I don't really I be putting my business out there, but I don't think that people understand like just things that I like literally like went through. Because everybody's be like, oh,
We know you
you
broke
left
and
somebody
sweet.
because they were cheating on you and blah, blah, blah. It's just more than the cheating. It's just like, I don't know, just like the constant lies, the gaslighting.
So she's eased on down the road and eased on up. And that was kind of a vulnerable moment for her. If you guys remember Cardi from when we first saw her, which I think we all probably saw her on Love and Hip Hop first. That was my first introduction to her. And I immediately fell in love with Cardi. So, I've been watching her journey from afar. And I feel like she really made good, the goals that she set for herself, even back then when she was like, I'm going to be a rapper. I'm going to, leave the club. I'm not doing this anymore. She did it. And to see her kind of go through the ups and downs with Offset has been, something to see. But now she's moved on and allegedly happy. However, she just released a song And I got just a few excerpts of the lyrics, Tyra. And she says, "Let me see you handle this. Do you know how you do me? Bet you won't speak again. Favorite player from your favorite team. He in my DM. I'm so small and tiny. He's so big and tall. Might let him dunk this coochie like he dunked the ball." All right. And of course, we know that's a dig at Offset, all about her new man. But Tyra, are you really over someone if you feel the need to do a diss track responding to them? And what does a new partner feel in that situation? What do you think of the whole Cardi thing?
Cardi is very immature, and so is Offset. Like, I really miss the days of celebrities, and we do have a couple, and I think we see that from somebody like a Michael B. Jordan, like just moving in silence. Everything else can be as public as it wants to be. When it comes to your relationship, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Let some things marinate before you go out so publicly with someone. And I know that this was not only a stunt, for Offset with everything that he's been accused of throughout their relationship. But this was also, this is PR. This isn't just some random nobody. This is Stefon Diggs. I don't watch, none of the football, but I know he's, he's over there. All of the personal digs, I don't like you. Like, I didn't know about that song until you put it there. I, I, as problematic as Cardi B is, career wise and music wise, she has something to offer. Now it's all about her relationship, her marriage, or lack thereof, or the divorce. But put it on wax. Like, there have been so many windows to release an album or really, and she just keeps not. She keeps kind of leaning into her circumstance, and she's yelling and she's online and it's these antics and my husband and we're divorced and I don't want you and I'm paying for everything and you don't help me. And then the next time, well, prior to this, she's defending him and it's just been back and forth. But we ain't released no music. I'm like, girl, where the music at? Where the music at? In this climate, in all of the rappers that have came out, since Invasion of Privacy, girl. And not to say, I'm sure she may not be hurting, that's what, brand deals and other opportunities and all the other things that she maybe makes money from. But we come to you for music, Cardi B, and you're not releasing anything. Personally, I don't give two damns about Stefon Diggs. I haven't heard anything good about the man. The only thing I knew when she popped out with this man was, I remember this clip when whoever was questioning the team and they were like, which player would you least want your sister, your whatever to link up with? Who is the worst person that you could ever see your sister with? Everybody said Stefon. Hide your kids, hide your wife away from Stefon, because he's the last person I would ever want. You don't bring Stefon home. I haven't heard anything good about this man relationship wise. And then he looks like an Offset clone. Like, what? I don't know what's up with the Remy's and everybody going to get a offspring of the significant other. They're trying, and I understand like having a type, but like, damn, they look like they could be brothers, in a way. That's just too close. And I just wish I don't think, it may be different in I guess in the celebrity world, but I think you need to allow time for yourself to heal. It's not always about, jumping on and up under a new man. Like, I don't know, like, are you okay before we get over there with Stefon? Because if he's, a baby Offset or goes off to do the same thing and it blows up in your face, what state is that going to leave you in as a woman? Like, it's just messy. And is she like completely divorced now? Is everything done? Everybody's just doing
I thought he
stuff.
was still asking for alimony or whatever it is, right? He wanted to get paid monthly because she was, I guess, the breadwinner in the relationship, which
I didn't have no problem with that. I didn't have no problem. You know what? I didn't have no problem with that when Offset said, well, I'm trying to, even though I feel like he's lying and it's not about that, she wants X, Y, and Z. That's why if we're asking for spousal support, it's because we don't have it. Date within your station. Because you wouldn't tell old Miss Thing, when you have somebody wealthy, successful, a man, and they go and get someone who in any way is less than. Soon as, girl, you better get what's coming to you. Yep, got the car to have. He want his. I don't know what it is. Like, I want people to learn, because we see these with the Mary J's and the this and the that, And not to say that Offset was somebody who just came with nothing to the relationship, but even when they were linking up, she was, rising really quickly and offering most of the monetary gain, the value. Like she was, way popular in that right. Even though he was Offset of the Migos, she was the breadwinner.
I thought Migos had money. I'd have been deceived too. I would have
Child.
been utterly
Well, no,
devastated.
you would think that, but Migos, a lot of their career, they have been through spouts with their label. A lot of Offset's money, he been fighting in courts and all of this other stuff, trying to get out this bad deal that they were in to even really make any money. So all things don't look like what it is, and here we are, the breadwinner. Man, get you somebody who got something. And if they ain't got nothing, shit, don't marry them. Don't marry them. Do what Mindy seeing them over there doing that pretend marriage? How she was on that pretend phone on Love and Hip Hop. Remember when she answered that phone on Love and Hip Hop? When you answered the phone and wasn't no cord in sight? She was just talking with her pretend certificate. Get that pretend certificate, baby. Because if somebody does not have anything in either party, most likely they're going to ask you for some spousal support.
I didn't know C Golden. I don't know nothing about these people. I mean,
That's what she said.
I don't know about the Migos now.
I remember that's what she said, and I know that it was this young rapper back like I think last year who went in on Offset because he was like he came in acting like big money, borrowing money from us for his gambling addiction, and hell, he ain't never paid us back. Like with all of that, baby making poor decisions. Like, man, I'm not gonna play with you, and I got stuff to lose. I got money. What? Man, please, you couldn't pay me. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
Probably already too late by then. Do you think you know immediately going into a situation? I mean, wisdom says get a prenuptial agreement, get a forensic accountant, make sure everything is in alignment, and you are fully aware.
And anybody who tells you different or tells you no, I thought you was here for love. Like, no, you never know what's gonna happen in the future. Now it's different. Y'all both showing up and y'all ain't got shit. That's different. That's different. We got love. That's different. But if you know that the potential is there, if you're already in motion, or even if there's future, just even hell, sometimes protect what you don't have because you just don't know. I don't think it's planning for imminent doom and that must mean you planning for the downfall of our divorce. No, but I think it would be foolish for anybody to walk into a marriage and not protect themselves. If you're a man or a woman, protect your assets, stupid. I'm not doing that crap.
Everybody needs to protect themselves in this situation. Absolutely. You guys, don't forget, you guys can throw topics at us as well. I'm going to run the little commercial and we will be right back in about a minute.
Sweet, bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Put it up for my seeds. No trip for the eye.
Just trying to have a good time.
No trip for the eye disease. Do anything for club. Do anything for club. Do anything for club. Do anything for club.
You know you asked for this, right?
They do anything for club. Do anything for club. Watch your mouth. Stay in your place. Get out the way. Then your ass can pay. No disrespect. We tripping, but we love, yeah. Swapping, I cost her. I bought her the limo, she bought me the ring. Swapping, practice, make breakfast. Nigga, this never
You know you asked for this, right?
Out of the state. Then I hit the bill.
Muted, Ashley.
We're back. And thank y'all so much for being here. We really appreciate the 75 people that are in the building right now. Come on through. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell somebody else. You know what I'm saying? To come through because we're talking all the things. And I want to go here really, really quick, Tyra, because we didn't get a chance to do it in the last collective news cycle, but it's been trending, and I would just love to know your opinion and the rest of the subbies' opinions, because if you're still here 54 minutes and 58 seconds in, I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. All right, both channels, come subscribe, like the video, drop a comment after it's over, and drop something in the chat. Engage. You know what I mean? We're trying to see something real quick. But let's go over here really, really quick to Mooney Long. I want to know your thoughts, Tyra.
Mooney Long, not too much on us, baby girl. Not too much. You better watch what you say. out here talking about it's only black women that don't like your personality. It might be because it's only black women that know you. It's only black women that ever gave you a damn chance, but that can be stopped. We can take that card back if you'd like to see who really supports you out here. I mean, Mooney Long was on her live today. I guess she was getting some trolls in her comments. And instead of her just dealing with them trolls as a black woman, she wanted to let it be known that it's only black women that don't like her. I think it was only black women that supported your ass too. Didn't nobody like Hours and Hours and all these songs till we liked it. You know what I'm saying? No one liked your music till we liked it. And now because you think you got other people of diverse communities liking your music, you don't really want to recognize who made your shit hot? You bumped your head, little girl. Instead of you talking about black women, you need to be talking about the people that troll you, because black women also supported you. But we don't have to, though. We don't have to. Mooney Long, not too much on us, baby girl.
Sherry. Never stop with Sherry. Your duets are off. And I can't stitch the video. Also can't save it. Or else I would have done that. First of all, it's Money, not Mooney. Nice to meet you. And the first question that I have for you, Miss Sherry, is you said you better watch what you say, or what? Glad you agree that disrespect will not be tolerated. Because I can resonate with you there. It won't. I know I look young because I drink water and mind my business. But I'm 36 years old. I'll be 37 in September. I've been growing and taking care of myself for a long time. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. I don't care who you is. No,
the
ma'am.
blinking is incessant.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
give you a
girl
pass,
Brianna.
'cause you don't know
Why
me.
is she blinking like that?
But as you get to know me on Beyonce's internet, you will see. At 26 seconds in Exhibit A, this video here. By the way, she is beautiful. You say, and I quote, instead of her just dealing with the trolls as a black woman, the rest of the sentence doesn't even matter. Instead of her just dealing with the trolls as a black woman, is that our assignment? To be strong black women? To just deal? I'm not doing that. Matter of fact, let me show you something. Shout out to my girl, Ari Lennox, because this is where I'm at with it. Come on. Soft girl era. I'm not dealing with nothing I don't want to deal with, sweetie. Honey boo boo, boogie, pookie. No, ma'am. And you don't have to either. Stop letting these people treat y'all like anything. Stop letting them knock y'all upside your head, but baby, I love you. You're holding niggas down. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Break the generational curse. Black woman, it is okay for you to speak your mind, for you to take up space, for you to assert yourself, for you to be kind instead of nice, for you not to keep taking the shirt off your back and giving it to the next man. You ain't mammy. We don't have to raise the world. We don't have to let nobody else suckle our tit to nourish the future offspring while our children have nothing and have to fight for every scrap. We don't have to do that.
It's only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties with them ashy cankles. This is how they act. There's something wrong with my personality.
You don't like me, you don't like yourself.
Exactly. Take a look in the mirror, ho. You don't like you.
So yeah, so Money got on a live and she was being trolled apparently by people in the comment section. And this is how she responds. This is the original. The second is her response after, someone gets her together really quick. And here's the thing, Money Long. Money Long has been in the music industry for a very, very long time. If you don't know, she's quite the prolific writer. She's written a ton of songs for a ton of different genres within the industry. But personally, she didn't actually take off until she started doing R&B. I want to say she started off doing country or like alternative, like alt
Yeah,
stuff,
it's
and it was
alternative.
going. Yeah, and it was going absolutely nowhere. And so then she comes into the R&B space, and we've honestly just heard her in the last 6-7 years maybe. I'm trying to think of when she got like really commercial success from an album of her own. And of course, black women, black men are her primary supporters now. So she gets up here, she responds this way. Instead of responding directly to the troll, black people never liked my personality. It became a monolithic, everybody black. And so the woman is basically saying to her, listen, Money, like we made you, we can break you. Like we can stop supporting you. And then who are you going to have? Like that was an inappropriate response. Now, if you're paying attention to her Money's response after that, she goes a whole different direction. Instead of addressing what she did, she does this weird blinking thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's dope. I'm not gonna accuse her of that, but it was very odd and off-putting. Because, girl, why are you speaking that way, and why are you doing all of those blinks? And then she makes it about a black woman not having to suffer when she was the one inflicting pain on black people. Like it doesn't make sense. She tried to flip it, I think, to save face, but that didn't work. When people get to such a space and they're so arrogant and have all of this hubris, it makes me nervous for them because I feel like just as fast as you rose, especially in the industry, you can fall by treating people poorly. Tyra, what did you think of this outburst? Is what I'll call it.
Girl, as somebody back then who was definitely on the alternative side, I met Mooney Money as Priscilla Renee. This was Priscilla Renee, and she had her single Dollhouse and some other things, and she kind of disappeared. Um, Totally different sound. I think even with kind of like this crusade that Money Long has been on, kind of exposing like I'm no longer going to be in the background and be that artist or that songwriter that was doing all these great things and being. I think she's been taken advantage of in the industry in a way of like her artistry being used to make everybody else successful. And now, years later that I have it, not only am I going to relish in my success, but I'm going to call out every little indecency because nobody's ever going to, mistreat me again. I think she's been oppressed and she's a bit jaded just in that way. So instead of and I always hate it because you'll see celebrities do this. They always have an abundance of comments. But, oh my God, girl, I love you, your songs, da, 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 da. They will find that one comment that said, B, you ain't ish. I hate your music. And they will zero in on it and just go off on a tangent. I think it's a disservice to say that only black people, da, 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 da. I'm sure damn near, 90% of your chat was black women or black men because we are the ones avidly supporting you. And I wish her, a bunch of success. And I hope that she's that. But an avid music listener, I haven't been in the realm of her artistry to see like, oh, she's crossed over. She's palatable to everybody. No, it's just mostly us. Like she mentioned Ari Lennox. Ari Lennox is, us. Nobody's, really championing their music outside of the black community, not in a major way. So that is the core of your fan base. So why, even if that was your opinion in the moment, baby, keep it to yourself. Why would you ever want to alienate a piece of your audience? I think that's weird. And then to just kind of write it off as one thing and go on this tangent, it just didn't need to be said. Like every little thought or it just, you don't always have to say everything that comes to your head. Like let it just be that. But I think it's a bad idea to zero in on that every single time it's the black, because it's the natural order. That's your audience. So when you do get a negative comment or something that you don't want to see, it's because you're not worldwide. You're not, known in that way for it to be, oh, this nationality and that one and that one and that one every single time. No, you're gonna hear from a black person because the black people are your audience in general, Money Long. So who else is, you're not gonna see someone who's listening to, I don't know, whoever, a Lady Gaga, just be like, oh, I really don't like. They're probably not noticing you or your artistry because we are the ones supporting and pushing you. And the lady is saying in her way, though, like, don't do that because we were the ones supporting you and we could take that away. And instead of acknowledging it or acknowledging that I did, zero in on that because I don't like X, Y, and Z, it turned into this tangent of your foot on my neck and we don't have that. My titty, I gotta, like, nobody's saying that you have to minimize yourself as a black woman. I think she's had to do that in her career, and now it's materialized like this, and she's projecting. But I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the blinking was odd, y'all. And okay, it may not be dope. Maybe it's something else she going through. I know she had an issue with her marriage and that did other things. But ultimately, I feel like when you say something, it's like black on black crime, right? They'll be like, oh, there's so much black on black crime. Well, black folks live around black folks. Like it's there's white on white crime too, because white folks live around white folks. Like it's just the common denominator if that's who you're around all of the time. I think there was definitely a better way to say it, or like you said, Tyra, some things we don't have to say everything that comes to our mind. And it's like the way she sat up there and looked at them people and said, oh, I remind you of your raggedy mama and your aunties. And it was like, girl,
ashy ankles.
was that necessary?
I think if it was like, oh man, like I love all the love, but this comment here, it does seem like a lot of the times when I am getting, any criticism or something really negative that hurts my feelings, it is from my own community. And I really it was a way to address it without it being like that. But I don't know. I think she's hurt in general.
Yeah, and she's got to work through that. And I think, and like I said, I think with the marriage, with other things, probably life, I think they said that she's dealing with some sort of illness, maybe. So, I mean, there's probably a lot of things under the surface. But again, just to even double down on it, I was like, come on, Money Long. I know you're better than that. But y'all, speaking of black women, I want to go over here while we have a good amount of people in the room, because we had the opportunity to rent Missing Black Women earlier, and we watched it in the Discord. And while watching this brand new hour and 14-minute documentary on Prime Video, we then found out about Black and Missing, which came out on HBO Max back in 2021. Both of these are really, really important, y'all. And if you haven't, I would highly, highly, highly recommend going over to Prime, supporting this independent documentary, Missing Black Women. I believe it's $3.99 to rent on Prime or $9.99 if you want to buy it. I think it's really important. I think it's really important for representation, because everybody knows that especially in the States, Black and brown women are disproportionately impacted by violence, by abductions, by human trafficking, all of that. And this kind of shines light on those who are working behind the curtains to actually try to alleviate the problem. These were both so eye-opening. And I'm really just disappointed that I'm just hearing about Black and Missing today after watching the first doc. And the first doc was not on any calendar. It wasn't on Deadline. It wasn't on Variety. It wasn't on any of the sites that I do when we plan our monthly calendar. Tyra just happened to share this with me. But after watching it, y'all, I was moved. I was over here boohoo crying, real tears, because there are so many of our young girls and women that are missing, and no one cares. No one cares. They're all runaways. I think they said 90%. Or 9 out of every 10, something like that, of girls who go missing, they classify as runaways automatically. That means they don't get an Amber Alert. That means that there's no police presence. It means that the family literally has to become the investigators for it. Tyra, anything you want to add on these docs?
Child, the same. I really hate that these were so hidden. And for this to be an HBO original, never seen it. I've watched so many docs on HBO, and Ashley just so happened to see the poster for this doc in the background of this other documentary, Missing Black Women. I was like, oh, I'm glad we saw it, but just like the message in both of these docs, with the Black missing women, these docs have been missing. We don't get a lot of coverage, just period news wise, when these incidents occur. So it's nice to have even these, like, just to watch and go, like, hey, you may even see somebody that who knows. I don't know. I just think that they need a whole lot more visibility. But I do think it's tragic that in general, Black missing women and children aren't getting any visibility, and then neither one of these docs are either. So I think that's pretty sad. Please check them out. I think they're worth watching. Missing Black Women is definitely a moderate window into the topic. And then Black and Missing is really where we clearly have the first doc is independent, and then Black and Missing, we clearly have a higher investment in budget to divulge and dive into information, and they do a really good job with it. It is 4 parts, and we needed to watch all 4 parts. It wasn't anything. I know how I feel about a doc milking the situation. No, every single ounce of this doc was really informative. And, the doc isn't just called Black and Missing. Black and Missing isn't the fact that we didn't even know about this damn organization. I've never heard about the Black and Missing organization, where we have literally, it feels like 3 people in a dream. Derek and these lovely 2 women who are really shining a light and giving every ounce of assistance that they can, in a way that your local police department, like, these are regular folks working 9 to 5s who have in some way been involved in a loss, an injustice, or they may have their own missing persons, and they are banding together to really help and give this information here and shed some light. I just think it's really important, and everybody needs to watch it, especially it's very informative, not just on the missing and giving visibility, but as far as just different avenues and things, the advocacy that these women and Derek are doing. I just think it's very important. So please check both of these out.
Please check them out. I can't say enough good things about them. Of course, the smaller one, the Missing Black Women, that's on Prime, does need your help and your support. I'm sure the more people that rent or buy it, that gives them the ability to do other things. Also, Black and Missing, what is it, .org, or the Black and Missing Foundation. You can Google them. I know I'll try to put some links in the description after the live. I just threw this kind of together because we just finished it right before this live, but it's important, I think, not just for awareness, but also so you can kind of, what I felt's been missing for a while now is just like the milk of human compassion and like sympathy and empathy for people. I think this will really give you a bird's eye look into not only what the girls went through or go through, but also their families and how many different people that it impacts. Black and Missing, like Tyra said, is very in-depth. You get to see the process from those behind the scenes to what court looks like, and they do a really good job of balancing it out. It's not going to be all terror and tragedy. There are going to be some hopeful moments in that. So please, please, please give this some time and go check these out. Dolce69 asked, are y'all going to discuss the movie Straw? I keep hearing about it. I dropped the link for the live discussion, and I also did an upload for it. We did it on Saturday.
If anything is popular and worthy, we're on it. So just go type it in first, and just to see, to make sure, but it's most definitely going to be there. You may have to put in My Sweet Perspective and Straw, and it'll pop up, but it's going to come up. We be covering everything, y'all.
Yeah, we do. And also, you guys, I think I have it. Let me put it up here. If you guys are not a part of the collective Discord, make sure you're over there, because it was totally impromptu today. We just hopped in there and ended up spending like 5 hours over there watching all these docs. So come be a part. And Tyra just did an action movie marathon the other day. So just be sure you're there. It's a good time. But now let's get to some foolishness. I think I just have a few more topics and then some foolishness to get into. But let's get into the foolishness now, so we can have a little light something. Now, just be aware. Trigger warning.
Girl.
slinging dingaling. And I want to know from you, Tyra, what would make anyone get on here in a moo-moo? And this is what he does. And slang dingling. What's the first thing that went through your mind when you saw that, Tyra?
Get on my face, actually. Why would you put that in my face? Yeah, no, God.
I had to see it.
You're so unserious. I can't stand you, girl. This is anything for a little piece of virality. Like this is but this Momo King did it better. Okay. No, this is a thing. This is that sector of TikTok where you have men who clearly know they doing Ball Johnson's dance, print just as present in them sweats. It just be there. That is their content. Like it's like I'm cleaning, but you see the dick though. You see it. You see the print. You see me working out. Whoo! Like you, boy, we saw it. We saw it. Like it's it's a way to get some eyes on you and get that visibility and hopefully get some numbers and get a cute little coin. If you can do it off of your whatever, baby Moon King said, if she can shake them titties and them ass, I can shake them dick. Okay? Do what you gotta do. Who am I to judge? Like it goes both ways. If everybody can get on there and twerk and have ass and elbows in your face 24/7 so they can go viral and have a TikTok following, if that man want to shake his stuff, shake your stuff. I don't gotta see it though. I don't gotta see it. I'm cool.
Oh my goodness. Zoe, I have not finished The Mortician. I did start it though, FYI. So I'll be finishing it this week. I saw Watch With Me, LB. I think she has a review or like a short up for the first episode. So go check her out in the meantime. I will try to get that watched, honey. I love a good docuseries. But let's go on to the next one. And I believe this is
Sounds
dating.
like a lot of fun.
No, me too. Thanks again for dropping me off and stuff.
Sure. You sure you don't want me to come inside for a drink? I'm an excellent bartender. Good with my hands.
I'm sure.
We watched some New Girl.
Oh.
Very Nick from New Girl coded, I've been told.
Tempting. I'm just kind of tired. Maybe next time?
Tired. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Next time.
Okay. See
You
ya.
can leave now.
Thanks.
Bye.
Don't cross your leg. Walk away. Don't you knock back on the door. He said,
Oh, and thanks for paying for dinner, by the way. Oh, but you can't come inside. Why not? Why can't you come inside? Oh, because you were nice to me all night. Ridiculous.
Now, in the world of dating in 2025 and the advent of a Ring camera, why did he feel that necessary? Like, honestly, and I want to know from the fellas in the chat, because you know we love y'all real bad. When you spend $100 on a date, do you feel entitled to Cootenanny or an invitation inside some woman's abode? Because you spent $100? Like, and do you really be salty like that? I just feel like if you meet a woman and you enjoy her, you like her, you guys are getting to know each other, there's no issue in investing. And she probably feels the same way, right? Vice versa. You invest your time, your energy, all of these things. I feel like if you properly vet someone, you don't leave at the end of the night mad after you done called yourself the nice guy. Tyra, how did you receive this? And did he feel owed or entitled to something?
it was a performance.
Was
Like,
nice
did you not see the ring? Is it hidden? I don't, man, look. And it would sound so old to say, like, in our generation, but it used to be like, hey, there was a respectability and an understanding of course, I'm not going, I wouldn't even ask to, come in your house on a first date out of respect for you. Is that something I would love to get to? Sure. But first date, dinner, no, like have a good night. It was cute if you got a little embrace, maybe a little kiss or something, you go on your way. The way he was, new girl, new girl. Huh? Yeah, no, Netflix and chill. No, that means you had your intent set on whatever even prior to this date. That means you didn't even really want to take me out. You have one thing in mind, that I'm owed something because I bought you a meal is just so damn tired. Sir, if you're working hard for your money and you don't really have none, just say that. Just say that, because that's the only thing to just harbor on when it comes to what you feel like you're deserved and owed because you spent your money. Like, it's tiresome, because if it's not that, then it still looks tired if you ask a woman to go on a date and then the check comes and it's like, okay, well, you got the such and such. I had this in the old fashioned, so you go on and pay for that. Like,
Cash at me
I
that.
don't know. I'm an old fashioned gal with old fashioned politics. If you ask me out on a date, I'm expecting that you thought enough of me to want to get to know me. You thought I was interesting. You thought I was pretty. You thought I was whatever. I want to take you out on a date to get to know you more. And we do that. And with the hopes, if it was good, we go out on another date and maybe, several ones after that. All of this old something is very cheap and it's just really, really tired. And anybody who mentally thinks in that way, you don't need to be dating nobody. And he's scary. That nice, nasty, hey, can I, like, that's creepy. And then he lingered at that door. This is why you meet people. You want me? Nah, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there, because no, you won't be coming to my spot. Like, it was weird.
Please don't, you guys. First date, second date, third date. Damn it, I feel like a person needs to have a full background check before they know where you live, especially as a single woman out here in these dating streets. Protect yourself, meet in public, pin your location to your family and friends, whoever that one person is that got your back and will ride for you. Be in a public, don't leave your drink unattended. Like, you take it for granted, like we take it for granted that every woman knows these things. But a first date, a date that even if you know the person, even if it was a real life meet cute or whatever, don't let them pick you up from your house. Uber there, drive your own car there, whatever you need to do, but meet in a public place. Listen, don't leave your drink unattended. Like, because these jokers, and all the while pushing the narrative that he's a good guy while he's trying to break down every single one of your boundaries. Red flag. Immediate red flag. And I think I saw a super chat. CJ, what's up, Chuck? Tyra?
Oh, and then I thought he thought he was owed something, because it's like, at least I'm one notch above. Like, I'm trying to pull up. I didn't try to come to your house initially. I at least had the, and I joke like I need a hot meal, but still, like, he's like, I bought you food. I took you out. You should even let me in on GP just for that, because I could have just said Netflix and chill and tried to pull up to your house or invited you to my house. I did you a favor by taking you out on a date. That's the way the climate feels.
That's not how any of this works.
Chuck, thank you.
Oh, so the ICE raids and bringing in the National Guard, and I think they're about to bring in tanks. This was all due to, I believe, ICE protesters in LA, and Trump's response was to militarize. A lot of people think that he is trying to institute or implement a martial law with a curfew. We know that the ICE raids have been prevalent on the West Coast, especially. And so the people have kind of risen up, I believe, to do peaceful protest initially, but things are out of hand. I really have to kind of dig a little bit deeper, Chuck. I don't know. As far as other than what I said, I don't know much more than that right now.
It's really nothing that I care to dig into, because all of these things are coming into fruition. And when everybody with the polls and the voting and the Trump and the bill, he told y'all what he was going to do. I don't know how to really share or put the proper lens on it as if it was some type of surprise. This man laid it out pretty thick to all exactly what he was going to do when he was in office, and he's doing these things and people are acting like it's a surprise. I just don't I don't I don't know. Like, this I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything to say on that. Like, what did you expect?
And unfortunately, a lot of that population, a lot of the impacted population voted for him.
Voted for him. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I just can't. And then you want me to get my black ass out there.
Yeah, no, the night we're sitting this one out. However, I do still have compassion for them. I know that it's terrible, because a lot of people, hell, I grew up, y'all know, most of you guys know, I grew up from middle school through college in Phoenix, which is a very highly, densely Hispanic populated community.
Yeah.
and a lot of my friends were illegal, but they were, well, their parents were. They may have been first generation, or they could have been born in Mexico and just raised in the States, but the US is all they know. So I can't imagine being raised here my entire life and having to go to a whole new country to navigate. That's hard. So I definitely empathize. I definitely have a heart of compassion for those families that'll be separated, because you have some that do have their citizenship while others don't. So it's just a sad, messy situation for all involved, and I
You
pray the
know,
best.
I live in Texas.
Yeah.
You already know what's here and what's in. I, avidly, and it could be different everywhere else. I'm just speaking on my own experience and how the polls were here. They were rallying to go and run and vote for this man, and I just don't understand, like, with his policy and his laws, how they felt like this was going to benefit them, or we're surprised at the behavior and how intensely he is moving with getting these people. Like, there's a lack of concern for families, for dynamics, for any type of, like, can we be grandfathered in? I've been here for how long, and now you just want to ship me off, and we're separating. Like, this is criminal as hell. But it was really hurtful to see people go run out and vote for something that impacted them so heavily in their community and their families. Like, I hate it. I don't like none of this.
And I mean,
But
and a lot of them didn't. I mean, a lot did, a lot didn't vote, but all at
yeah,
the end of the day, it's raining on everyone's house at this point.
yeah,
So
I'm
all I
just
can
not
do is,
surprised. That's
I'm not
all.
either. I'm not either. Who could be surprised? Like, I think the only thing we knew with him coming into office is that nothing was going to be certain, and we had a pretty good idea of what his plans were. Um, I don't know if anyone knew he was going to execute them so quickly, but it is, it's what it is. Um, Now, TP, this was not an invitation for you not to date. This was just one one situation. Four parts at $100 was nothing. I was assuming they went on a cheap date, like to Applebee's or something. He didn't look like he was spending no coin for real. So I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, damn, you're expecting something, for that? Like, they aren't even spending $100. They accept something for 15. Wow, J Buggin. I hope not. She could have given him some more tongue. McD, please.
Oh Lord.
Never feel entitled to anything, fellas. You asked her out. If you pay, she don't owe you a nothing thing. And like I said, if you've properly vetted someone, y'all, dating is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a fun, fact-finding mission. I think that the issue becomes when someone is financially insecure, and they're spending, money that they maybe should have been applying to a bill, or another expense. Maybe they shouldn't be dating, because that would make me mad too if I spent my last whatever on a date and didn't get. But again, I feel like if you're, struggling financially, maybe dating in that manner is not
Yeah,
what you're.
it's hard, definitely. It's really hard to see those. I feel bad for people that can't. I really, it was really a hurting feeling to watch these families get separated, and it's just such a lack of, like, they don't care. They're just there to do their jobs, and they're just it's sad. It looks like a third world country in some of these videos, and it's disgusting. But it's Trump, and he's doing what he said he was going to do. As tragic as it is,
He gave stalker
he gives
vibes.
stalker vibes.
And $100 not a week's groceries. Run, girl, run. I just hope the date went well.
Mm.
Went well for her. I
I'm
mean,
sure he was on his P's and Q's, because he knew, like, as long as I give, this nice guy, I'm going to get a foot in that house.
I'll say this, that there are some women who date for meals. It is what it is. But I think they're easy to suss out. Like, I think you can tell who those girls are. Because I don't give a damn who you are or how much you spend on a date. If I don't want to look at you or smell your breath, I'll never go. Like, child, it ain't worth it. I can take myself out. Hear me. A girl from yonder said what Bree said. You test the vibe during the date. Shouldn't be a question at the door. Right, Chuck? I mean, you should have sussed all that out before you even took the F out, in my opinion. He could have just bought some. Listen, he could have bought it.
It's
In
just
that,
scary. Like, what were you gonna do if she let you in and she told you no still? Like,
yeah,
you
you
weird.
gonna take it? That's what I think. That's what I automatically go to. If my no doesn't mean no here, I don't think my no means anything to you. So you liable to try anything. Anakin says, I don't care if I spend $1,000. People are allowed to reject my advances. Period. Autonomy and consent, y'all. Like men too. Y'all don't have to give the ding. Y'all don't have to sling dingaling like that first guy if you don't want to. Damn it. You know. If anything, I'm a womanist too, Ashley. Okay, all right. I wouldn't know. I don't date. That's gonna change, TP. I feel it.
Please stop with that little tired ass narrative. If you don't go take somebody out,
Zoe, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I
oh,
can
Jesus.
imagine. People are scary. Girl, all this true crime I'm seeing, people are scary. It seems like a lot of putting yourself out there just to be rejected. I think if you choose wisely, it doesn't have to be that way. You know, I think. $100. Did y'all go to Denny's? Oh, thank you, that girl from yonder. I tried to Reader's
Yeah,
Digest
I
it.
see everything.
Chuck, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. That's what happens when a man suppresses his inner Henry. Test the vibe during the date. Won't be a question at the door. If she's with it, you'll know. Absolutely. And ask, and she'll tell you. Racism had people vote against their own rights. It trips me up every single time.
Man.
Oh no. Well, oh no, black folks are staying. Listen, I agree.
I think that's what has me a little jaded to the situation. That's why I don't go on TikTok or really delve too much into social media because I saw one too many narratives of like, where are y'all? Like y'all always want somebody to rally when something happens to your community. Where are you for our community? I'm just a little jaded, probably. Sorry.
Now, this is very true, Dulce. Um, this is very true, and I'll say that. We think colorism thrives and is alive in the diaspora, like the blacks. But it's really, really heavy in Hispanic cultures. And it goes the same way. The lightest, feel their certain way, and the darker are
Did
disenfranchised,
they really think they will be treated differently?
Yeah. Oh, it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing, and it's not all like because people aren't monoliths,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
But yeah, it's different. It hits different. It hits different. It does, unfortunately. Yes, I saw you, Andrew. Kabe LeMay went home on his own, they said. So basically, he decided that he was going to go back to Italy on his own, so that it won't be, they give him an option apparently. If you go and you pay for your own flight, you don't have a deportation on your record, so he can re-enter the country at a later date and time. I don't know if it'll be after this administration or if he's going to try to get paperwork or whatever. Kabi,
Oh, so
he had,
he got an option to he got a proposition differently than your common person because he's wealthy.
I don't know. He's a TikTok influencer. He's from Italy, but I think he's originally, I don't want to say Sudan. Y'all, where is he from originally? He's beautiful. I think he's got 23 million TikTok followers, so he's definitely an
Oh,
influencer.
is that the chocolate man who does
Yes,
the
yes,
like?
yes. But he
Yeah,
went
they're
home
so
on his
gorgeous.
own. Yeah, he went home on his own.
Mhm.
So he wouldn't have a deportation, I guess, on his record. So I don't know, y'all. It's interesting. Let me see. I want to check you guys out before I get there. Anakin. They love you, Anakin. All right.
So
Y'all,
they say, why
the
they
chat
ain't
is
deport
chatting.
Elon ass?
Senegal. Excuse me. That's it. Senegal.
Mm.
Thank y'all.
Well, that's what I was saying. Dulce, I'm sure a lot of people are going to get different treatment than your common person if they're, financially wealthy or of some type of status. You're going to get the option or get a more reasonable level or playing field instead of somebody busting into your local business or your home and dragging you out on the street like some animal.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about that. So they said they told people they could self-deport, which is what he did. No, Trump offered self-deportation as an option. Yeah, I've seen a couple of stories of some people like on TikTok who move their lives, to their native country or whatever, and they're kind of documenting it about how they're acclimating, adjusting, because it is a culture shock. Because it's so westernized here, like it's just different when you go back. All right, y'all. Let us finish the foolishness, and then I think I just have a few more topics if y'all want to. I mean, we've already been going an hour and 35 minutes, so.
Girl. Ouch. My titties.
She said the shoes did it.
Girl, you gonna do it again?
I would never. I would never.
This is so unhinged. Ma'am, please. Ma'am. Ma'am, no. Oh,
You know that there's absolutely no way on God's green earth I would do this and ever show my face in that gym ever again. Ever. Ever. And then take off my shoes because the shoes did it, Tyra.
that's not what this equipment is for.
Because why are you doing jumps?
Why? It's all what, girl. You know what?
Let's see her redeem herself. I should have done it in slow motion. See? She gets it.
Girl, get your ass down. Like, get off them people. Get off them people good couches. Like, get down. It's always some overzealous ass person in the gym or persons trying like, who ain't nobody living looking. Like, sit down. It's always somebody going 20 because they think like all of this for me to get. You don't need to do all of that, all this showboating. Like you gonna mess yourself off. Okay, you're going to mess yourself up. Like, this is so unnecessary. This is hella embarrassing. I don't think she cared. It's like, no, it was the shoes. Let me try it again. Show y'all what I was trying to do. Girl, this is insane. All of this is not required for your everyday average ass workout.
Hold on, we gotta just see it a couple more times. Because here's the thing, why would you do that when they have those big boxes for that, for your jumps, and you're supposed to get it like measured out? A lot of times someone's there to spot you, but you're gonna do this on a press bench. Why would you do that? And then you have these super heavy weights in your hands as you're trying to do this. This could have honestly been really, really bad. It really could have.
She got something to prove. Y'all see this? Would you look at this? Somebody come look at this. No.
And the fact no one came to help her.
No, that's an epidemic in the gym too. Fall if you want to. Ain't nobody coming. Oh Lord, please don't go back to.
I won't go back. But we have a couple more things. You guys remember? I don't know if Tyra officially talked about it, but I know we talked about it in passing. We talked about the nurse, the black nurse that went on live on TikTok while she was doing MedPass, right? Which is where your nurse will get your medications together to give to the people. I believe she works in like a skilled nursing facility or like a nursing home. And she makes an error, a med error, meaning she gave a man a lidocaine patch at the wrong time of the day. She got one name wrong, all of that, right? And so they're brushed back. You know, the people are warning her while she's live, like, hey, you shouldn't be on live as a registered nurse doling out meds like that. Girl, it's hard to focus, like scroll on my phone and be on a live right now. I can't imagine playing with somebody's life, like their medications, getting them together. And so after all of that, everybody called the board of nursing. Everybody called them people, the facility that she worked at, because of course she says, you know, I'm not giving HIPAA, you know, which is protected health information, right? But she's not showing their names, but she's saying their names. All right, John Wilson, here is your Tylenol 3. Take these now, drink it, you know, let me lift up your tongue, Mr. Wilson. And so just violations all across the board. And so I have her update here.
Hey guys, I did want to come up here and let you guys know what was going on.
Folks out a second ago.
I told you guys before that I would be very open and transparent. So yeah, the BON was contacted over 50 times regarding my case. My job was also posted online and they were also contacted. As of now, I am currently suspended until the investigation is over. I do want you guys to know that I'm well aware, again, of how extreme and severe my actions were. You do things and you don't think that
They warned
it's
you.
going to go viral. You don't think that it's going to be
You wanted to go viral.
even seen. And in my case, it was. I woke up and I was all over the internet, and I had thousands of comments
Yeah, baby.
of people holding me accountable for what I've done. And whether it was advice, whether it was criticism, whether it was some sort of guidance, I've seen everything. And I want you guys to know that I appreciate the feedback. This was a lesson learned from me, and like I stated in previous videos, I hope I can be used as an example in the future of what not to do, and just give a heads up to these, creators that are in nursing, that are creating content, these people who are in school to be coming to the nursing field, just to be aware. And it doesn't matter who you think's watching, it doesn't matter what the case is, just to be mindful of the content that you're putting out to the world.
So what wasn't said here was that she has started a GoFundMe now because it has escalated. Her license is on the line. This isn't just about a job. I think ultimately they did fire her. This was just the last update I had pulled for the live. It was supposed to be a couple days ago. But yeah, so there's that. And then, like I said, her license. And what's so crazy is this, she's been trying to be an emerging content creator for a while now. So she was studying for her test on TikTok. She was doing the vlogs of her in school, like how hard it was to pass. So I can't imagine working so hard for something and then one live that only 25 people were watching, that you would jeopardize your license, your career. Like, girl, if they take your license, ho, you done. At least until you can appeal, get more education, take classes. That's like a year's process or more. And she had a med error. So I don't know what this looks like. I'm not in the nursing field. If you guys are in the chat, drop us below. But what do you think of the audacity to have a GoFundMe after you willfully and intentionally did this? And people were in the live saying, girl, get off live. Like, this is a bad idea.
She too cute to be so careless and stupid. I love the color, the highlights. Just giving. You just as slow as you want to be. Yesterday's nurse is not today's nurse. I will say that. Bring me your baby from the back, okay? These are the nurses that it's like, I can't find a vein and I've stuck you 55. Like, just people are not taking stuff seriously. Like, all that nonchalant attitude she had in the process of why she was recording, and oh, y'all stop. I can't never have no fun. Y'all too serious. I got this, chill. Like, everything is not for content. And as I said before, if you wanted to make content surrounding your job as a nurse, do a get ready with me, do afterwards, do something in your own home, not creating liabilities while you on the clock. Like, this is insane. To work so hard and have it snatched at your own omission is stupid. This GoFundMe culture is disturbing. I don't even want to see GoFundMe no more. I don't even want to see it. I don't even care to look at it anymore. I don't care. Like, every single ounce of any little failure, whatever it may be, especially if it's at your own fault on such a grand scale, everybody want to run their ass to GoFundMe, and I'm supposed to support and fund you being a dumbass? No, I ain't sending you nothing. Now, whoever wants to support her and send that money, have at it. I'm just so sick of that. Everybody wants a GoFundMe to fund something that was so avoidable. Like, GoFundMe used to just really be for certain things, and it would be like everything. It's just like, oh, my toenail broke, I need to GoFundMe. Everybody wants a goddamn GoFundMe. That's just like me, y'all. I'm trying to go to Hawaii. I'm finna start a GoFundMe and get me over there. No, no. This is just silly, and I just would hope that you would take something as serious as it as serious as it had to have been for you to even pass and get the certifications and go through all of these check boxes just to get this job. You threw that on the ground to possibly go viral, and then when you did, you lose it. don't know why these people be thinking like TikTok and social media. This stuff is like foiling success. You could have a high in a video and have all the success 1 month, and then next month you might not get anything. Your job and your nurse income is consistent money, regular money, good money, a good coin. Like
That's what I'm saying.
it's nothing to sneeze at, and you gave that up for that, and now you here with your little sad, voice. I'm surprised the video ain't in black and white, and she ain't wearing a turtleneck. Like,
but don't get it twisted. This is cute. This is the redemption tour, because she was cussing folks out in a live immediately after this happened. F y'all don't know about me. I did what I did. I said what I said.
and
Like,
I wouldn't send her a dime. Now, moderate, she is attractive, so I'm sure somebody's gonna go over there and report and support her. But like, no, I'm not supporting that. This isn't anything that I would want to give my money to.
mine either, girl. But yeah, she's over there. I just wanted to give that update in case any of you guys were following her story. Now, I think this is the last one that I have on deck. And this is just a little reel because we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we ended up having to move the news. But y'all know last week or last weekend, I think, was the Roots picnic. And apparently it was Fire Festival level of bad. They said it was horrific. But here are some reviews of.
For those of you asking, yes, I did go to the Roots picnic yesterday, and yes, it was trash from start to finish. By the time I got up to the front, so 3 hours later, when I'm up at the front in the security smaller holding area, this lady in a wheelchair wanted to get out, and so we're like screaming for the police officers to come over to help escort her out, and they're like, well, there's nothing we can really do. Y'all need to just move over so she can go along the side of the gate. And we were all just like, what? And so this one lady starts popping off and she's like, this is an emergency. What if I'm having an emergency? I feel like it's an emergency. I'm having a panic attack.
I went to both days of the Roots picnic and I got a general admission plus ticket. Now, for context, I'm a festival goer. I've been to Lollapalooza more than once. I went to Something in the Water. Like this is the kind of thing that I like to do. So I showed up with the level of preparedness that I don't think that other folks showed up with. There was a little bit that I knew because I had been other places that if other people hadn't been other festivals, I could see how it was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. For example, the first act that me and my homegirl wanted to see was Almeen. Two of my homegirls had never even heard of Almeen, so they didn't care. But I was explaining to them, you have to be there early as fuck. It takes forever to get into a festival. Now, Roots Picnic fucking dragged it. I've never seen it. I did not know that people were out there 5, 6, 7 hours. However, we were out there incredibly early for the set we were supposed to make. We still almost missed it, but getting into the festival took an hour, which is what I expected. But again, that's because we had general admission plus.
Why was I so excited to take my friend to her first music festival? We decided to come to the Roots picnic. It's going to be rain or shine. I know you want to go see it. Guys.
Okay, so it's 7:06. I couldn't do it no more. Line was not moving. I was in the GA Plus VIP line. The whole point of purchasing that was to have expedited entry upon arrival, amongst other things.
This feels like it's such.
There's still thousands of people waiting, and then the people who were checking bags tried to blame it on the fact that there's so many people with bags, but it's like, how many years have you been?
How many years have you been doing this festival or this picnic? Now, if you're OG, triple OG, you know all about the Roots picnic. I mean, Jilly from Philly gonna be there every time. Yassine gonna be there most times. Of course, the Roots. It's a Philly like staple. Like this is the first time I've heard such horrible things about it. They have, I think we have Afro Punk. It's in New York typically. Then you have the Roots picnic in Philly. And I was just really sad. They basically said that there was no real infrastructure or logistics. Like it was raining, which, it rains sometimes at festivals. The goers were saying they wish they would have refunded the tickets or given an option to come back another day and just canceled it out since they didn't have like the tents or, just facilities in place for a rainy day. I don't like being wet, muddy, or dirty, but I do sometimes wonder if people go into it, or if they actually were prepared for the number of people, because that was the other thing. Apparently the crowd that came or purchased tickets or the tickets they sold was more than they had sold ever before. Tyra, what did you hear about this, and what are your thoughts on the Roots picnic?
I heard some about it. I don't know what happened. I always hear really good things, and you'll see snippets, and it's really like you see the best of the OG rap, neo soul. It's the Roots, and the Roots were out at a certain era, so you might see a good Maxwell, a Yazine, a Common, my type of vibe, grown folks.
Maxwell was there.
It's a grown folks affair. This should not be any, mosh pit, little Uzi type situation, astro. This isn't that. We come here to, we trying to have a good time. We trying to chill, mellow out, listen, and reminisce, and do it with our people. This is sad. I've never heard anything like this as far as the Root Picnic is concerned. I will say this is the worst time possible to try to fall off as far as how you're executing these festivals, because baby, the money's tight. People are really selective with where they want to spend their coin. Personally, as I've gotten older, I really do see the value in smaller venues, like a little cafe-ish house of blues is like little, not so much capacity type of settings versus these, because it's just always a shortcoming. I would rather, and I know this, it's about going to get more bang for your buck, and you're going to get to see all of these great artists for, one, whatever. That's cool, but I'd rather give my money to a small, like the independent or more so middle tier artists. And when they have their outings and concerts are so much better than whoever else. They just are.
Because it looks like, from what I just read, because somebody asked, did the organizers change? And yeah, this year I think was, I don't know if this is the first year they've partnered with Live Nation, but apparently Live Nation had a hand in the organization, because it wasn't even just that. I think it was like a lot was the treatment that they received after waiting online 3 or 4 hours and not going anywhere. It was like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, no, we're not giving you your money back. No, it was just very, from top to bottom, I think just a bad experience. And I think before it got so huge, it was more of a homegrown, community vibe and feel. Some people were saying, I've gone to this picnic for years and this has never, been the experience or the vibe. But
Yeah, I'm not going. I'm not paying unless you are a performer. Unless you are like Southside, I went, to the GNX tour. But Kendrick, some people, take a lot of pride in their artistry and they want to put on a show, and others they just don't, and you're just gonna get what you pay for. Um, it's unfortunate. I really hope whatever they did, they fix it, because nobody's checking for like a lot of these artists. They're a bygone era, like individually. So when we can get a cute coin with all of us together, like let's do that. Let's not ruin it and have the audience not feel supported as well as the people on stage.
absolutely. Well, y'all, that was the Collective News episode 4. We got in there, we got dirty, we saw dingling, slinging, we saw gym fails, we saw a plethora of different topics. Tyra, how you feeling, and what you got going on this week?
Y'all feeling good? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know we over there in them Carrie Bradshaw streets. Okay. Before that, tomorrow we will be wrapping up The Wire. Okay. I cannot believe we finished so quickly. Just play with me if you want. Hootie in the chat. Don't play with us tomorrow. We are getting through those 5 episodes of The Wire tomorrow. It is no sense in us leaving off with we'll catch them next 2 next. No, no. We're watching it. We're getting it done very quick, and probably us getting into what will follow that next, with The Wire being over. And I want to know what happened to the kids. We will definitely be getting into episode 3 and just like that this week, so be on the lookout for that. We also have Insecure. We'll be wrapping up the second season of Insecure, but it may be our final discussion on it. We'll talk about that Wednesday when we cross that bridge. But yeah, be there and support us for all those good things. Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you. And I and I know we have some other things that we're adding to the calendar this week. I just, listen, I can't think of them right now off the top of my head, but make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have that notification bell hit, And make sure you're in the collective Discord if you're not already, so that you don't miss anything, y'all. Our next goal in the Discord is 300. I believe we're at like 245 people over there. So come on over. The water's fine. But thank y'all so much for being here. Be sure to drop a comment. Let us know what you thought of this episode of the Collective News.
For Far said episode 4, heterosexual succubus.
Period. That is the title. Yeah, y'all went down here with me. But yes, but thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for always showing up and supporting. I think we got to like 80 some people here tonight, which a win is a win. A win is a win. Thank y'all, and we will see you in the next video.